understand this, okay? You're gonna find that people are gonna tell you to calm down or to relax. And generally, that's good advice. That's really good advice in general. Don't be angry. But anger is good. It's only good when it results in results. When your anger accomplishes something and is fruitful. Because I needed my login and password from a certain institution, and I needed that by a certain deadline. Otherwise, I couldn't do the things that I needed to do. And I'll tell you straight up, I needed it by the 21st of January. And I've been calling them as that day approaches, starting from, probably 2024, late 2024. I've been calling them. I called them 6 different times over the course of these next few days, and none of it was helpful. They would tell me do this thing, and I knew that I didn't have to do any of that. And even when I did the things they asked me to do, they still wouldn't give me my login and password. They wanted to verify my identity, even though I'm myself, obviously, and I proved that multiple times, Social Security, all this nonsense, to the point where they mailed me my username and password. And then when I tried the mailed username and password that they gave me, it didn't work. The one they mailed me, that they used up extra days to mail it to me, that didn't work either. So then I called someone for the 6th time, or maybe 7th. I called someone, the same number that I've been calling, and I expressed a little frustration to them. I expressed a little anger. Wow, my teeth are pretty yellow, unless it's just the angle. But anyway, I expressed some frustration and some anger to them, and I just said, I've called you guys 6 times, and it hasn't been fruitful. So then the lady starts talking to her coworker as if I couldn't hear her, repeating me and being frustrated with me. And the only reason I told her that in the beginning was because already she answered with a pretty nasty attitude. She was like, hello, yeah, it can't hear me. Because I couldn't hear her. She had a bad microphone. She was, at certain times it was really quiet, and other times it was really loud. So that's kind of on her. She had bad mic. But anyway, I told her that, I called you guys 6 times. You haven't been able to help me. I need to know my login and password by this deadline. I need to do that quickly. And I told her quickly. Obviously she was frustrated with that. And then she actually was able to help me through it. Why? Because I expressed dissatisfaction. I expressed frustration. That's why she was able to help me. Otherwise, she wouldn't have taken me seriously, just like the other 5 or 6 people didn't. She even told me, when I told her I called you guys 6 times, she told me, well, sir, you didn't call me 6 times. So I said, and I understand that, but it's the same institution. And now she had sort of something to prove, you know what I'm saying? And I think that was helpful. And then at the end, when she was done talking to me, and she was finally able to give me my login and password, which the last 5 or 6 people couldn't for some reason, some magical reason they couldn't do it, but she could. Then she said, I'm sorry about that. She apologized to me first, even though we had sort of cooled down by that point. We were polite and respectful toward each other because we're both human beings. But after that, she apologized first, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm sorry too. You were definitely better than everybody else by far, straight up. You were the only one who was able to help me. She told me, my name is Lisa Thomas. You're not gonna call me 6 times. We're gonna solve this today. So that she had something to prove, and she was committed to helping me. She had that, and she demonstrated that. So I appreciated that a lot. But I don't think I would have gotten those results and gotten that far if I hadn't, in the beginning, expressed that frustration and that anger. She might have just brushed me off or waved me off just like anybody else. So it's really important for you shy people out there to, when something is not satisfactory, when you're dissatisfied, you need to express that in a polite, respectful way, just like I did. Don't be rude, but you need to make that clear so that people can do better. People want to do better. They want to be nice. It was her job to help people with tech and get their login and support. So she was able to do that because I expressed, this is not working. And I don't think we would have got to that point if I hadn't done that. So make sure to be more assertive in your lives. It's really important. Remember, don't get angry. It's not good to get angry. It's not useful. But if you're polite and respectful and you just express a little frustration in a way that gets results, anger shouldn't be wasted and useless and you're just hurting people's feelings. It needs to It needs to accomplish something. Do I regret? Like, I probably hurt her a little bit. Like, it, my, it might have slightly hurt her feelings, and I wish that didn't happen. But it also got the results I wanted out of that interaction, so that was good. Just keep that in mind in your life going forward. I mean, yeah, like, it's a trade-off, and usually the trade-off is not worth it. You're causing a lot more damage with your anger than good. But sometimes, in rare cases, you should express some of your anger.